We're at a special session at the APAC 2016 conference for the Jewish Women's Renaissance Project, and we're here with the CEO, Mr. Ben Perry. Ben, thanks very much for joining us. The project that you're fronting now, it's a really intriguing concept. Could you explain what you do?
Yes, the JWRP, the Jewish Women's Renaissance Project, is a project designated to bring Jewish mothers from all over the world to come and visit Israel and reconnect to their Jewish heritage, wisdom, learning. We are bringing together, and thank you for coming, and this is what we're launching today here at APAC. We're launching a 2-year partnership with the Ministry of Diaspora Affairs to bring over 5,600 women from 24 countries all around the world to visit Israel.
And these are mothers specifically, right?
We say that if you inspire the mother of a Jewish family, you can inspire the whole family. So we're trying to target to bring Jewish mothers. Usually it will be women that missed the cut age for birthright. So even when they wanted to go, they didn't. But now they're mothers, they see things a little different. We don't have the same guidelines as birthright. Sometimes women maybe even visited Israel before, but before they visited, they saw it a little different. We are focusing on a spiritual experience, a lot of learning, seeing Israel in a very personal point of view. The trips are 200 women coming together from different organizations, different countries. There's a bonding experience and there's a learning that happens together, and it's quite magical. So we have, this year we're going to have 14 trips coming, and we actually have men's trips, but these are the husbands of the women.
That separately?
Separately.
Okay. Lori Palatnik.
Okay.
Lori, you're the founding director, is that correct?
Yes.
So tell us, what inspired you to come up with this project?
Well, I have to tell you that I'm a speaker in the Jewish world, and I speak literally all over the world, because there's a lot of rabbis speaking, but not a lot of women. And I saw more and more that communities really live and die by where the women are at. And I used to get these crazy job offers, like move to Costa Rica, and I would come home to my husband, I go, you want to be the chief rabbi of Costa Rica? It comes with maids. But obviously I'm not moving to Costa Rica, I'm not moving to Atlanta, I'm not moving to Vancouver. So what can I do to help these communities? I'm like, give me your women. So this idea, the Jewish Women's Renaissance Project, started with the idea that if we can ignite tens of thousands of Jewish women across the world, we can ignite communities, and we can create a movement.
And in a relatively short period of time, it's really expanded to something quite big, right? Roughly how many people are going to go on the next trip you have planned?
Well, in the next 2 years, we're going to have 5,600 women from 24 different countries. It's really incredible. And we've already had 7,000 since 2009.
Wow. So what would you say your objective is? What would you want those women to go back to their homes and take from the 9 days, I think it is, of the trip?
So we want them to fall in love with Israel, and we want them to bring that love and that support for Israel back to their homes. We want them to connect to their Jewish values and their Jewish heritage, and we want them to take responsibility in their communities.
And do you see results? Like, do the women who come back from your trips, I say yes.
It's unbelievable. It's literally unbelievable. They go back, they start organizations. They take their kids out of public school and put them into Jewish schools. They send their kids for their year abroad, their bridge year to Israel. They're now supporting and taking their family and literally shifting them into a Jewish direction.
How many countries do these people hail from? Like, how many countries are you actually active in?
So right now, they're coming from 20 different countries, from North America and South America and Central America and Eastern Europe and the former Soviet Union. We have a group coming in May from Cuba. Wow. Yeah, and also a group coming from Mumbai. This thing has exploded.
And demographically, we're talking religious, secular, or...
There are 3 main criteria for a woman to come. Number one, the participant cannot be Shomer Shabbat. Because we figure if a woman's Shomer Shabbat, chances are she's already in the community, her kids are connected, they're in Jewish schools. And we're really targeting women that without this trip would fall off the Jewish map with their children. And the second criteria is that 90% of the women must have children at home under the age of 18. Because if we can impact a woman who has kids at home, then we can impact the whole home. And the third criteria is that they have to be physically and emotionally healthy.
And just one last question. What would you say of all the, it's been 8 years, right?
We're just starting our 7th year of trips.
7th year, okay. Is there like one moment or particularly powerful moment that you had, that you've experienced during this time? Is it possible to pinpoint one?
There's so many moments. The one that just came to me, we had a woman who came on the trip who was blind. She was blind. When she first applied, my staff said, no, she's blind, this is not going to work because you have to be physically healthy. I said, hold on. So we did all our research. She wanted to bring a seeing eye dog, like allow on the plane. What can she bring it to the dog to the hotel? What about the hotel? We did all this research and we accepted her. And she came on the trip, and I have one memory of being at the hotel on Friday night, and all the women are dancing in concentric circles, and she's in the middle like this. Now, the next year, her husband came on a trip, because now we're doing some trips for husbands. And at the end, he took the microphone. He told them the story, that my wife, she grew up, she wasn't blind, and she became blind as an adult. He said she's been to Israel twice in her life. Once before she became blind, and the second time on the JWRP. He said she saw more of Israel on the JWRP than on the first trip.
That's incredible. Thanks for all your great work. Good luck in the future.